Dear students, we are studying Whittaker classification. Whittaker has classified all living kingdom into five groups: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. We are studying kingdom plantae. Already you have studied algae, bryophyte, and pteridophyte. They are called cryptogame or flowerless plant. Now we begin with the flowering plant which produce seed. So now we begin with the phanerogame or flowering plant. It is divided into two groups: gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnos means naked, uncovered. Sperma means seed. In gymnosperm, the seeds are not covered. They are born without any covering. You know, seeds are produced inside the ovary. After fertilization, wall of ovary becomes the fruit wall. Here, no ovary. Directly, seed are produced on the megasporophyll. So, they are called gymnosperm. Gymnosperm show wide variation in their size and shape. Some gymnosperm are small herb. Some are of medium size and some are very much tall. The tallest tree, Sequoia sempervirens, is gymnosperm. So tallest tree is Sequoia sempervirens. Now the roots are taproot in gymnosperm. Some root, like root of pinus, have association of mycorrhiza fungus. Already you have studied mycorrhiza fungus form a network around the pinus root. They cover the pinus root and because it is fungus cannot prepare its own food. So plant provide food to the mycorrhiza and in turn mycorrhiza provide phosphorus, mineral and salt to the plant. So it's a kind of symbiotic association. Cycas has coralloid roots. Coralloid roots have association of cyanobacteria. They fix nitrogen and provide protein and other nitrogenous compound to the plant. The leaves of gymnosperm are very well adapted to cope up with unfavorable condition. In conifer, the leaves are needle-like. They reduce the surface area of the root of the leaf. The thick cuticle and sunken stomata are also characteristic feature of the leaves. The gymnosperm are heterosporous. Hetero means different. They produce two kinds of spore: microspore or pollen grain and megaspore or the ovule. So most of the gymnosperm are heterosporous. In Pteridophyta you have studied plant may be either homosporous or heterosporous. A step ahead, gymnosperm are heterosporous. Where these spores are produced, you have studied that spores are produced on specialized leaves. These leaves are called sporophyll. Sporophyll in gymnosperm aggregate spirally and form strobilus or cone. So again evolution went a step ahead. Till Pteridophyta only sporophyll, spore producing leaf. Now here sporophyll aggregate and form strobili or the cone. Male cone which produces microspore or pollen grain, and female cone which produces megaspore or the ovule. The megaspore mother cell is differentiated in the nucellus. In angiosperm you will study what is nucellus. Ovary has ovule. Body of ovule, this is ovule. Inner round structure is ovule. Body of ovule is made up of parenchymatous cell. These parenchymatous cells are called nucellus. So, like angiosperm, in gymnosperm also, one cell of nucellus enlarges. It has enough reserve food material and prominent nucleus. This cell differentiates into megaspore mother cell. It is 2N. 2N means diploid. Plant of gymnosperm is 2N. Now this 2N cell undergoes meiosis. You have studied during meiosis, one cell produces 4 cells. These 4 cells are haploid. As soon as haploid cells are formed, gametophytic generation begins. Out of these 4 haploid cells, one cell enlarges and becomes the megaspore. This megaspore is haploid. Megaspore is enclosed inside the nucellus. Other name of nucellus is megasporangium, and soon it develops into a female gametophyte which bear 2 or more archegonia or female sex organ. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained inside the megasporangium. Repeating, tissues of nucellus, tissues of ovary which has ovule. Tissues of ovule are called nucellus. One cell of nucellus become prominent. This cell is called megaspore mother cell. It is 2N diploid. Megaspore mother cell undergoes meiosis producing 4 cells. Out of 4 cells, 3 cells disintegrate and one remaining cell enlarges and become the megaspore. Where is the megaspore? Inside the nucellus. Other name of nucellus is megasporangium. This megaspore is differentiated into archegonia. One nucellus may contain 1 or 2 archegonium, the female sex organ. Unlike bryophyte, and pteridophyte gymnosperm, the male and female gametophyte don't have independent and free existence. They remain within the sporangia, retained on the sporophyte. So there is no free existence of gametophyte in gymnosperm. It retained inside the sporophyte. Pollen grain is released from microsporangium. They are carried by air current towards the archegonium. The pollen tube carrying the male gamete towards the archegonium in the ovule and discharge their content into the mouth of the archegonia. After fertilization, zygote develop into embryo and the ovule develop into the seed. These seeds are not covered. So how fertilization take place in gymnosperm? Air current bring pollen grain towards the archegonium. Pollen grain form a small pollen tube. Archegonium contain female gamete or egg cell. Both nuclei, male and female, fuse together and form zygote. Zygote form embryo and embryo would form the new plant, that is diploid. So in all gymnosperm, main plant is sporophyte. Dominant generation is sporophyte. Gametophyte generation remain for a shorter time. Gametophyte of gymnosperm is not independent. It depends on sporophyte. Last group of plant kingdom is angiosperm. Angios means covered and sperma means seed. Angiosperm occupy topmost position in the plant classification. They are highly evolved flowering plants. Angiosperm show different range in their size and shape. Some are microscopic like Wolffia. Some are tall trees like eucalyptus. It is over 100-meter tall. They provide us food, fodder, fuel, medicine and other commercial products. Angiosperm are divided into two groups, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Mono means single. Monocotyledons have single cotyledon. Rice, wheat, maize are monocot. Cotyledon means seed leaves. Dicot have two cotyledons. If we soak gram seed in water for a day or two, soon it splits into two parts. These two parts of gram seed are the cotyledon of gram seed. So monocot has one cotyledon and dicot has two cotyledon. Now flower has four holes. Calyx form sepal, corolla, petals. This you have studied. Sepal together form calyx. Petal together form corolla. Stamen together form androecium. And the last hole is gynoecium or pistil or carpel. gynoecium or pistil or carpel. Why the name angiosperm is given? Because seed develop inside the ovary. After fertilization, wall of ovary becomes the fruit wall and seeds are enclosed inside the fruit. Now female sex organ is gynoecium. It is divided into three parts. Ovary, this is ovary, style and stigma. Inside the ovary is ovule. After fertilization, ovule converted into the seed, and these two covering which surround the ovary are called integument. They become the seed coat. So this is ovule and integument or seed coat. Ovule is made up of parenchymatous cell. These parenchymatous cells are called nucellus. Like gymnosperm, one parenchymatous cell become prominent. It has enough reserve food material and a prominent nucleus. This cell is called megaspore mother cell. It is 2N. Whole angiospermic plant is 2N or sporophyte. Where are the spore of angiospermic plant? Pollen grain found inside the stamen, and the female gamete is found inside the ovary. So because it has two types of spore, microspore and megaspore, so the plant is sporophyte. 2A. Remember, from pteridophyte onwards, all plants have main generation sporophyte or 2N. This megaspore mother cell undergoes meiosis. Meiosis produces 4 cells. Out of these 4 cells, 3 cells disintegrate and 1 cell enlarges and becomes the megaspore. This megaspore nucleus undergoes mitosis thrice. Megaspore is haploid, and haploid is the gametophytic generation. So megaspore and microspore both are haploid, and they are the first cell of gametophytic generation. So sporophyte generation ends in megaspore mother cell. As soon as haploid cells are formed, the gametophyte generation begins. Nucleus of megaspore undergoes mitosis 3 times. You have studied one mitosis produces 2 nuclei. 2 mitosis produces 4 nuclei, and 3 mitosis produces 8 nuclei. So during mitosis, every time number of chromosome and nucleus becomes double. So this megaspore nucleus undergoes mitosis 3 times, producing 8 nuclei. How these 8 nuclei are arranged? 3 nuclei towards the upper side. These 3 nuclei, they are called antipodals. 3 nuclei towards the micropylar end. Micropyle means hole. So 3 nuclei are towards the micropylar end. These three are towards the upper side and two nuclei are in the center. So how 8 nuclei are arranged? 3 towards upper side, 3 towards the micropylar end and 2 in the center. Sooner or later, two nuclei fuse together and form a diploid structure called secondary nucleus. So, this structure is called female gametophyte or embryo sac. So, where is female gametophyte? Inside the nucellus. How female gametophyte is formed? By megaspore mother cell. It undergoes meiosis, producing 4 cells. 1 cell survived, 3 disintegrate. Nucleus of 1 cell undergoes mitosis 3 times, producing 8 nuclei. How these 8 nuclei are arranged? 3, 3 and 2. This structure is haploid because it contains female gamete or egg cell. It is called female gametophyte or embryo sac because embryo is formed here. Now it is haploid structure. So as soon as female gametophyte is formed, it is the beginning of gametophyte generation. Gametophyte of angiosperm is inconspicuous. It is microscopic. We cannot see the gametophyte of angiosperm with our naked eyes. Now, so where is female gametophyte? Inside the nucellus. Now, what is male gametophyte? You know, pollen grain are produced inside the anther of the stamen. These pollen grain also produced like megaspore are produced by diploid mother cell. So, pollen grain are microspore. Their mother cell is diploid. This diploid mother cell undergoes meiosis, producing many pollen grain. These pollen grain, when they fall on the stigma of gynoecium, they germinate and nucleus of pollen grain divide into 2 nuclei. These 2 nuclei are the 2 male gamete of angiosperm. So where is the male gametophyte of angiosperm? Pollen nucleus is haploid. When it falls on the stigma of gynoecium, the pollen grain start germinating. Haploid nucleus of pollen grain divide into 2 haploid nuclei. They are called 2 male gamete. So because this germinating pollen grain contain 2 male gamete, it is called male gametophyte, haploid. Now, during pollination, the pollen grain fall on the stigma of gynoecium. Stigma is the platform to receive the pollen grain. The stigma and pollen grain receive some substance that disintegrate the tissues of style and the long pollen tube is formed. This pollen tube brings with it 2 male gamete. Now when this pollen tube is growing through the style. At that time, 3 antipodal and 2 synergid disintegrate. Repeating, when pollen tube growing through the style, 3 antipodal and 2 synergid disintegrate. So now when these 3 and 2 cell disintegrate, what is left inside the female gametophyte? Only egg cell and diploid secondary nucleus. Pollen tube brings with it 2 male gametes. One male gamete fuses with the egg cell and a diploid zygote is formed. Out of 2 male gametes, one fuses with egg cell and diploid zygote is formed. Second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus which is already diploid. So, 2N nucleus when fuses with single nucleus 3N structure endosperm is formed. So here one nucleus comes 3N and here one zygote. So where is zygote? Towards the lower side. Upper side is endosperm. Now this zygote would divide and form embryo. Zygote would divide and form multicellular embryo. Nucleus of endosperm, which is 3N, divide continuously. Then each nucleus gets surrounded with cell wall. So a multicellular structure, endosperm, is formed. Remember, endosperm is 3N and embryo is 2N. Now growing embryo is surrounded by endosperm from all the sides. So when this embryo grows, it takes nourishment from endosperm. This is called double fertilization. Why double fertilization? Once the egg cell fuses with one male gamete. Second time, secondary nucleus fuses with the second male gamete. So because fertilization takes place twice, it is called double fertilization. Now think why double fertilization is required in plant. In animal, it is only single fertilization. Animal have female cell which is very well equipped with nutrient. But in plant, the female egg cell is a small, inconspicuous, microscopic cell with negligible food material. So this cell to form a new one need nourishment. So how this nourishment is provided? By endosperm, the 3N tissue which surround the embryo from all the sides. This endosperm give nourishment to the embryo. In dicot, the whole endosperm get exhausted in providing nourishment to the embryo and seed becomes non-endospermic. So all dicot have non-endospermic seed, while monocot have endosperm retained inside the seed. So monocot have persistent endosperm and dicot have no endosperm. Seeds of dicot are non-endospermic. With this, classification of Whittaker is over. On last page, a short note is given on the life cycle and alternation of generation. Already you know gametophyte means haploid and sporophyte means diploid. So what is haplontic generation? Look into the first diagram. Here haploid generation is dominant and diploid generation is for a short time. Look into the book. Start with gametophyte N. Because it is gametophyte, it produces gamete by the process of gametogenesis. Syngamy means fusion of gamete take place. As soon as syngamy occurs, it is the beginning of sporophytic generation. Syngamy result into zygote 2N. Zygote undergoes meiosis. As soon as meiosis takes place, haploid spores are formed. Haploid spores are the first cell of gametophyte. So why it is called haplontic? Major part of life cycle occupied by haplontic generation. Only syngamy and zygote are sporophytic generation. Second is sporophytic or the diplontic generation. As the name shows, here the sporophyte or 2N generation is dominant. This sporophyte produces spore by the process of meiosis. As soon as spores are formed, the gametophyte generation begins. Gametophyte produces gametes of two types. So only gametophyte and gametogenesis, formation of gamete, is the gametophytic generation in diploid plant. Zygote is formed due to syngamy. Syngamy means fusion of gamete. And zygote again form sporophyte. So in diplontic generation, sporophyte is the main phase and gametophyte is subsidiary. Third is haplodiplontic generation. Bryophyte and pteridophyte show both haploid and diploid generation. Haploid generation produces gametophyte. By the process of gametogenesis, it produces gametes of two kinds. Syngamy of gamete occurs. Zygote is formed. Zygote grows into sporophyte. Sporophyte produces spore by the process of meiosis. As soon as spores are formed, it is the first generation of gametophyte. So life cycle of plant divided into three groups. Haplontic, where haploid generation is dominant. Diplontic, where diploid generation is dominant. And haplodiplontic, where both generations are more or less dominant. Now, some algal genera are haplontic, while some of them, like Ectocarpus, Polysiphonia, kelp are marine weeds. They are haplodiplontic. Fucus is a diplontic alga. So with this, third chapter, Plant Kingdom is over. Soon I will send you the question answer and MCQ. And if you have any doubt, you are most welcome with your doubts.